Now, before I start, I just want to say that I'm not an electrician or a professional. And if you have a problem, you should consult an electrician or a professional to help you with your appliances. There is line voltage in a lot of these places that I'm going to be looking at. So if you're not familiar working with electricity, I suggest you contact a professional. All right, so I'm going to start today by trying to get access to the panel to help me diagnose the F24 or the /F14 codes that I'm getting. I'm suspecting it's something with the board itself. So in order to do that, I'm going to remove the front panel by untwisting. The holes are right here. The front panel, I've done two on this side and two on the other side. And then I'm gonna come through and start removing all of this Torx T20 screws. All right, so I got the front panel off. After loosening the 4 screws, you can see that these metal tabs go into the slits here and they're held by the screws. So you have to just wiggle a little bit, top and bottom, and the whole panel will come off. All right, so I've removed that other panel. Now I can actually see access to what appears to be connectors here with all the wiring harness coming through. I'm gonna see if I could remove this whole thing just to get to the board and see what it looks like behind it. I'm kind of hoping there's a lot of gunk in there and that kind of it's the problem, but so far it looks pretty damn clean here. I've hit the mother lode here. I actually found the schematics diagram embedded in the dishwasher behind that panel in the top right corner inside a little plastic bag. And this is kind of exactly the information that I need to help me understand where the connectors are going to be that are coming from the devices, such as the K1, which is the heater relay, and the B113, which is the pressure switch. So I can see over here line voltage coming in, and then here are the return lines to the computer board that they use for testing. And I can see that it says ST6, not ST5 like it was in the documentation. So this has been very helpful in finding this diagram inside the dishwasher itself. All right, the next piece that I want to remove is the actual LCD cover right here. It looks like it may be attached by this latch switch a screw right here. I see another one. I'll try both. I'll start with the first one and then see what happens. And I want to get definitely to this control board now. All right, so we finally got the front panel off. There were 2 screws, one on each side, and then the top. And then the hardest part to realize is that we had to close the door, and then it just kind of easily pulls back. There's a connector right here that we're going to have to remove so we can get the whole panel off. So we'll do that next. Okay, so removing those 4 screws allows the metal sheet to come forward. Still another connector here that we want to remove next. So we also have to remove this by, the back has a little clip that we just had to push down, and then now we can remove the whole metal from it. Okay, here we got the controller with the input port. That's ST1, ST2, and down here we got 3, 4, 5, 6, which is the one we care about, then 7, 8, and all the way down to, looks like an 18 right there. I haven't figured out how to remove the connector. Seems they're pretty tight in there. I have not any luck removing them. All right, so putting this back together, that's the lock connector. And we gotta make sure that this goes flush there. And then you push it back in. And then we gotta put the 4 screws back.